An alternative to a text-based e-course is an HTML-based e-course. This would allow you to add more brandable content to your e-course and enhance the lessons with illustrative graphics, audio, and video content. But before we get to the messages, let me show you the template that I personally use for my own e-courses. On the screen, you'll see Lesson 1, which I call a success strategy, of my Get with the Flow e-course. I have a header that brands my business name, and then a headline, and then the lesson begins. I have an exercise that can be done by the reader, which I highly recommend you incorporate into your lessons to help your readers digest the information they have just learned and put it into action. And then a preview of what's in the next lesson. The rest of the lessons continue in the same format. Now you'll notice a distinct difference between this lesson and the lessons for the article Marketing Profits. This e-course was not developed to support a specific product, but just as an enticement to secure a lead, so you'll see that this e-course is absent of offers for a specific product. Mini courses can be used to promote a specific existing product or can be used simply to build trust with your mailing list without having any offers. The choice is yours. My Get with the Flow e-course can easily be converted into a format that includes offers by adding an ad or an offer at the top or bottom of the message. I'll show you an example. I modified the template to use for one of my clients. You'll see that right after the headline, he has a box that includes an offer for the Raw Health Starter Kit, and scrolling down to the bottom, we see an offer to opt in for a different newsletter, also published by my client. To send this e-course, I can set up the HTML lessons in one shopping cart directly. So let me show you how to set up the first lesson. Log into one shopping cart, go to the email and marketing link, then the autoresponders sublink, and select Create an Autoresponder. We'll give the autoresponder a name. I'll call mine Mini Course Get with the Flow HTML. The name you give here is only for your reference, so you can give it a description that will quickly tell you what's inside. The autoresponder ID is assigned automatically by the system when you hit the Save button below, so we can leave that. The Direct Subscribe Enable refers to the method you want to enable for your opt-in. If you select No, then it will only allow opt-ins to be managed by a form that is filled out on your website. If you select Yes, it will enable someone to opt in simply by sending a blank email message to a specific email address rather than opting in on your website. I'm going to leave mine as No. We're going to skip the unsubscribe autoresponder section, and I'll just quickly fill out the rest of the required fields, and then I'm going to click Save. Now we're taken directly to a blank autoresponder message where we start building our lessons. Switching to Dreamweaver, I have Lesson 1 open. So I'll switch to Code View, highlight the code for the entire page, and copy back to one shopping cart. I change the message type to HTML. I fill in the subject line. Again, the funny first name code is used to tell the system to replace that field with the reader's first name. Then I'll pop down into the message body, and down at the bottom of the input box there's a button called HTML. Clicking that button will switch me into Code View. I select all the text that's there, delete it, paste the code I just copied from Dreamweaver, and then I'll hit Save. To insert message 2, I click on the New Message button. The day delay for this message will be day 2, so it will go out 2 days after the initial opt-in. I'll switch to HTML mode, add my subject line, then I'll switch to Dreamweaver, copy the code for lesson 2, switch back to one shopping cart, hit the HTML button, delete the code that's in the box, paste the code from Dreamweaver, and then hit save. I continue this way until all the messages for the course are set up. Since I have already set up this course in my shopping cart, I'll stop this process here and show you how to insert this code into your web page so that someone visits your site, their name gets added to this mini course. So you're going to go to Email and Marketing, Custom Forms, Create Form. I want to capture their name, so I'm going to switch that to Required. And I want to capture their email address, which is always required. And then I click Next Step. I'll leave the thank you URL as the default, but you can add the URL for a customized thank you page. Now, if you've just created the new autoresponder, it will always be listed at the bottom of the drop-down. So I'll select the new series I just created and click that I want to receive notification by email. And then I click Create Form. Click Select All to highlight the form code, copy it, and I'll switch to Dreamweaver, where I have a copy of the sales page I want to add the form code to. You'll see that there's a box where I briefly describe the eCourse and invite people to enter their name and email address below. I'll switch to Code View and then paste the code from one shopping cart. And then switching back to Design View, you'll see that the code is in there. The form code has been added, so I'll just center it to make it look a little nicer. And that's all there is to it. All you do is simply save the file, upload it to your web server, and your course is ready for students to start signing up.